So this property has been in the family for about 60 years, since the 1970s. It's more than just a spec home to me. It's more than just a building project. I think it feels natural and that it feels like it was meticulously crafted and crafted with intention. I'm Skylar Jewett. I'm the owner of the property and also the developer. As a third-generation property investor, what was top of mind for me was more than just the margin. Like, obviously, if you're going to look at any spec home in Kirkland, the margin is going to be the number one thing that a builder is usually thinking about. For me, in this situation, it was more about like the legacy. I wanted to really put like a lot of energy and thought and purpose behind the project from end to end, so that doesn't only mean that the final product has great detail from a construction component, but it also means that from a conceptual standpoint and from a design standpoint, that it's meticulously thought about. And so that's really kind of the inception of it.
The best thing that an investor or builder could do is work with the broker from the beginning to design a floor plan and design a house that is very desirable.
We start designing the house as like a brainstorming session. And so I sketch on sketching paper and I narrate as I'm going through the process. And then about halfway through the design charrette, we start to build a 3D model of the plan.
Actually seeing some of the designs and seeing the color, seeing the siding, seeing the roof lines, I think it really brought the project to life. I think that was like one of the first times that I really got excited about the project and like was able to envision like what this could look like.
Skylar came to us looking for something elevated and livable, but what made his vision unique was there was a personal component to it. There was a legacy that he was trying to honor. It gave us a little bit more freedom to explore things that were beyond just a typical or standard investment property build.
After seeing Phil's renderings, we just realized that there was a lot of input and how special the house was. And I think from day one, that was basically kind of the goal, is to execute that.
We don't start with a style, or we don't have a style in mind. We finish with a style. And so the goal is to design a house that fits the site, that fits the client's needs, and is responsive to everybody's commentary. So it's a collaborative approach. Architecture is really just a box with holes in it to admit light. Daylight is the most important thing to consider when designing a home. So the entire kitchen, the living, the dining space, even from the entryway, you get an appreciation for the view. All the bedrooms upstairs have an appreciation of the view, but also bring in daylight.
I think the principles that we were really trying to follow in the finish selection was finding some balance with really dramatic elements, supporting those dramatic elements with other features that were just a little bit more calm, a little bit more subtle, so that we could create a dramatic effect without the spaces ever feeling overwhelmed by that drama.
I really wanted to have a home that fits on a lot where you can have a guest room on the main floor, you have a kitchen on the main floor, and you have a 3-car garage. And you have all the bedrooms upstairs that benefit from all the tremendous views.
Skylar was very involved in the entire finish selection process. So there was a passion to it that felt personal, and he wanted every single component to feel unique to the home and not something that you would see everywhere.
When we were working on the interior of the floor plan, I said, hold on, I have an idea. And I showed him the picture of this fireplace, but no one here in Washington State, as far as I know, has ever done that. So it was an unknown whether or not that was even going to work, but I was absolutely fascinated with this fireplace, and we said, let's try it and find out. And of course, the team was able to source the fireplace from France. This is the first house in Kirkland that has this really cool suspended fireplace in the living room.
I think the big description, or the main description for this home and how it makes you feel, is that it wants you to be home. It's a space that when you come back to this at the end of the day, you want to stay here. You want to entertain here. You want everybody to come to you. You don't feel this need to have to leave your home to entertain or have a good day or a good evening or weekend. It's just every component of it wants you to be the host and for you to just stay and enjoy.
This is not your typical spec home. This is a very high-end custom home that happens to be for sale.
Skylar truly had a passion for this home, and he put together an amazing team to help him with that vision.
The biggest aspect that I'm the most proud of is coming into the house today with the team and just seeing it come to life. I think there's a lot of things at the very end that it takes to the very end to get the house done and completed and to make it shine. And I think for the team that was a part of it, I think we're all just super excited just to see it in full form.